Welcome back to the studio. Now it's time for a part of the program which I call Now We Paint, and I'm going to be working on this little picture that I've worked on all the time during Fine Art for All. First, I want to do a little more show and tell about Annie while I'm getting ready and having Albert come out here. If you can see this painting, it's Annie being named by the Rabbi Pinto at the Pinto Torah Center. And it kind of ties together the autobiography painting and the roll-in and the Judaic things that you've been seeing from me. And here is Annie receiving her name from Rabbi Pinto. While I'm in this mode, Albert, stay there. I want to show that Annie was an artist also. And this is a picture of Annie at her art show in San Bernardino holding a bouquet of flowers. And she was on the front page of the San Bernardino Sun-Telegram. And she was quite famous that day. And we can't stop this without showing a piece of Annie's artwork. And here it is. She did hundreds of these and she worked very hard. So now, as usual, it's Mom's turn. I'm going to do some Now We painting. This painting is created entirely on television. I never work on it at home. Do we have some music going? And so I've looked at it and I realized a few things I forgot, like this man has no skin. That's important. And this man has no feet. That's important. And then, if my hand is steady enough, I thought I'd work on the outlining that the painting still needs. And then maybe I'll do some crazy color things. I went to a wonderful lecture just last night by Rabbi Ben Harosh, who is the head rabbi at the Sephardic Education Center in Jerusalem in Israel. And I always talk about Israel when I'm working on this painting because, of course, this is a painting of the Israelites going to Israel for the very first time, way back in biblical times. What I would suggest is that today, in modern times, that people go to Israel. It's just the most wonderful country that you can ever visit, no matter what your religion is, or even if you're not religious, it's so hip and au courant and exciting and fashionable. So I was very inspired by Rabbi Ben Harosh's speech. He spoke about how Nachmanides, the Ramban, who lived 700 years ago, decided when he was 77 years old to get onto his donkey and to go to Jerusalem. And he did. So Rabbi Ben Harosh left us with 3 mottos. Was it never give up, never forget that God is with us, and always remember what a wonderful holy place is the land of Israel. Now, my daughter Annie taught us a lesson about the worth of humanity. So many of us judge, we all do, we judge who we are by what we've accomplished or what we have going for ourselves. We're all just a little bit proud of what we've got together. But Annie and the other people in her facilities, as she declined over the years, these are people whose worth is their humanity. Some of them don't even speak, but they have personalities, and you go, oh, hi, Julie, how's it going? These are people with something to offer. And I wonder what a strong mission Annie had to live so long during those years that she was always supposed to die, and she never did. Other people would die, and they were young, they were people who weren't expected to, or it's just that Annie had a mission to stay alive for a long time. Now, in her wonderful facility where she lived, El Encanto, she was very special. I went there twice a week for 12 years. And all the nurses were the same. She had a nurse, Linda, who took care of her cat years ago for her daughter, and then Linda's daughter grew up and became a nurse there also. And I was never very sad about the Annie story, except that when she was, my definition of picnic is not in the ICU, plus not having autobiography, the painting. On top of my truck is another definition of happiness. But sometimes it doesn't go that way. But sometimes it does. Today, I very safely got the autobiography on the truck over here, and I really want to thank Albert, my director tonight, for working so hard with me on that roll-in and all the sections. Albert's all alone in the studio tonight. So between the two of us, what you've seen is what we have created. So we have a little more outlining done in the painting, and that should be nice and dry for the next taping. And maybe the next taping I can finish up and make it really exciting. I've always admitted on this show that this particular painting's in a little bit of trouble. Do I have another 1 minute, Albert? Okay. One minute, 30 seconds. Oh, good, perfect. I hope you haven't minded sharing in my life tonight. An artist's life is part of their work. And I'm always talking about the life of the wonderful King David and all the wonderful biblical figures. Tonight we did my own life, which has been very blessed in many ways. Still going on. There we go, just finished the antlers. And of course, when I'm gone, here I am on TV, in the can. Okay. That's it for the Now We Paint segment. I want to thank you so much for watching Fine Art for All. Tune in again another time, and we'll do more looking at artwork and more of Now We Paint. Thanks again for watching Fine Art for All.